welcome to something slightly different from Sean and Simon from the Warped Ones.
Here we are.
Hello. So us being the amateur hobbyists that we are, we decided to do a little review of some of the ways you can transport your armies.
Yeah, because we've actually, between us, we've got some different ways, different cases to use to transport armies, and you know, it's something which we thought actually people might be interested in, because we've spent our money on different things, and it might help people to choose something for themselves, which might do it, because you know, actually. I don't know about anybody else watching this video, but in my case, I have had multiple occasions where I have just been carrying my models in a box, all loose. And by the time you get to where you're going, some are broken. I've actually had it where I had things in just little foam holders, and I had a beautiful Astra Militarum army, which got caught by the wind as I walked in the winter time, and that I had 3 foam trays fly off into the wind, models scattered everywhere. I still have not put them back together. I was so heartbroken, and so therefore cases are useful and recommended. So what we have here is we've got 3 different cases which we own, which we thought we'd share with you today.
Very different price points.
Very different price points, and that's the thing we wanted to show you is that what do you get for your money, and then help you to choose which one would be useful for you. Starting at the lower price point, we've got the Citadel Games Workshop box for carrying. We've then got a Tabletop Tyrant foam holder army case. And then up to the top, most expensive, we've got the it's an A case, and it's a magnetic case, so therefore you magnetize your models and it goes in. So we're going to take a look at each one of those, and you can see sort of different sizes, but obviously different sizes are available in these 2, which we can talk about in a bit. But so Sean, talk to us about your Games Workshop case at the moment.
So this one is an absolute solid hard case. You can see there with the foam, loads of AdMech that you've not seen on the channel, but absolutely rock solid. It's not massively big. Okay, so it's fairly good, you know, for transporting if you've got lots of smaller models, like AdMech there. There's tons of models there. I can fit loads of them in the different trays of foam. A bit deeper on the bottom, so you can have a couple of different layers. Pretty well protected. Foam is quite good. However, again, if you've got quite flimsy models, you'll notice that there's some broken arms.
Yeah, because if we have a look at this, obviously, I suppose you could buy different depths of foam.
You can buy different depths of foam,
and you can see that these, if I come down here, these guys have bits which stick out over the foam, which is going to make any sort of pressure, or if it gets caught in the foam. You can buy different depths of foam, but obviously that's going to then limit how much you can fit in there.
Yes.
But what sort of, and also, you know, we've put these knights out to show you size-wise, it's going to be very difficult to fit
if you
some big
play any
boys
sort of, any of the bigger models, then you're going to really struggle.
So fairly good for infantry-based armies, but or low model count.
Or low model count would be great because you've got plenty of room.
Yeah.
Infantry base is all right, especially if you've got little smaller models, smaller bases fit in really nicely.
Yeah.
And then, you know, that's absolutely fine. Anything bigger than that, you're going to probably struggle. You can see in here we've got a couple of the bigger models. We've got some Iron Striders and some robots, but you can see the difference in model count from this bottom tray compared to the other 2. Obviously we've got a lot.
Absolutely. So what price are we talking about for this case?
You can pick them up second hand. I don't think they make them new anymore, but you can pick them up second hand 15-20 quid.
Okay, so not too bad. I mean, 15-20 quid, you can't go wrong. Protect your models, get some foam. It's quite an easy way of transporting, isn't it?
Yes.
So
nice. Easy to store as well. Just, you know, you slot everything in, it shuts. And it doesn't take up a massive amount of closet space, so to speak.
Absolutely. Okay, cool. Very nice. So that's so that's good. So then we'll go up to our sort of medium price one. So these are tabletop times. This one's seen an awful lot of use in my time. I've had it for a few years now. So it comes with a strap for you to be able to shove it over your arm, and it's got some nice handy storage spaces, pockets and things like that on all the sides of things. Now, so when we go to open it up, so what it does is it unzips like so, and then zips down the front, and then it comes out like this. So that's quite a handy thing. And then what you can do is you can then start to pull out your trays. And once again, a similar style to the case we've just seen, but you can actually do it now. You can buy it with, you can choose and customize what sort of depth of storage you've got. You can see that all I've done is I've been putting a few Genestealer Cult stuff in here. All I've got is a Patriarch in there, but you can see that you can get some different depths, and you'd be able to put that Knight in there if you wanted to use lots of space just to put it in.
Yeah.
But you can see that actually you've got an awful lot of storage space for that, and so we've got more storage space, more customizable options for it to be used.
For a little back pocket,
back pocket as well. There's
side pockets.
So it's all, so there's lots of things which we can actually use it for, and it's done me a world of good keeping my model safe as we've gone around. And yeah, so I think it's a fairly decent one.
Absolutely. It's not hard, but it has got some reinforcement in it.
It has got reinforcement in it, so it does protect your models. You know, I have dropped this case a few times, and they've always been quite safe.
Yeah.
Similar things with Sean is that if you get just the basic ones, then any sort of limbs and things which stick up will catch sometimes, and you might have a broken model if you're not too careful about it. But all in all, it's a very protective case, and like I said, it's very easy to use. You just put your models like this, you put that over the top. You can see that I've got room for another one as well. I've got some rock grinders at the moment I just put on top and then seal them in, which isn't as safe as I'd like it to be, but I just need to get some more foam. But then, like I said, you can zip it up and away you go. So yeah, so I think that's a good one. So if you wanted to buy this one with customizable foam cases, then you're looking at $69.95, so about £70 to do that, which to protect your hundreds of pounds worth of
I was going
models.
to say, to be fair, in today's GW prices, that is not even 2 units of certain armies.
Exactly. So you know, so I think that's a really good option. If you have the money to upgrade, I think that's a really good one. And they do, on their website, you can have a look at them, and you can see that they do an awful lot of different choices of sizes and shapes, and you can always buy more foam inserts, etc. And what I'd say about this is that the foam inserts are really good, because you can buy different sizes for your armies, etc.
And they're very customizable. You can just pull out, if you're taking, say, a Knight's army and you've got that foam for that, you put it in, you transport, when you get home, you swap it over to, if you're taking your horde of GSC coming back a billion times, then you can do that.
Yeah.
Right, and then next to it, Simon.
And then
Simon, what have we got over here? This is S tier, isn't it?
So this is the S tier if you want to transport stuff. So I got to the point where I was absolutely fed up of models breaking, especially the big models, because I was transporting all my small models in those cases, but actually I was transporting big ones just in a box, and it was always breaking. So I got fed up and I went, right, what can I get which is just going to guarantee that they're safe? So here we've got the A case. Now the A case, this is the cane, and so it is the biggest you can get. Because I was like, stuff it. And that's the thing, you talk about storage at home. I bought this not just for transporting stuff to where I'm playing, but actually to put in a cupboard and actually store things properly. It doesn't take up a huge amount of space. Now, the first thing I'll show you is that this is actually a backpack, so you can carry it. It's not overly heavy, but you can see if I put that on there and you step back, you can see that it's nice and comfortable, and it's for going and to play your friends, etc. Whilst it looks like a massive beast, which it is, it's not heavy. And
it's not massively.
It's not very massively. So we've got pockets on either side.
Sizable pockets.
Very big pockets. And also a really nice front pocket as well, which you can use. And
some Velcro on the front, so I'm sure there's something else that you can stick to the front if you so
And
much.
at the top, so there's all kinds of things you can do with it. And this is where it's very, very useful, is if I open it up, you can see that I have got tiers of models here, and including at the bottom I've got some Riptide. So this has got holding my Tau at the moment. It's got some Riptides, Ghost Kills, etc. I do have my Storm Surge set up to go in it as well. So the way it works is this, if I just show you how this works. So basically you've got metal cases and metal trays. What we've got here is using an elastic band and a metal sort of pin, that's it, which comes out. So on either side it holds it in place. And then all I do is I slide my tray out, and this is where the extra cost comes in as well, because you magnetize, but because they're magnetized, it means I can just
Hoi,
do that.
it was the risk.
I can just do that. No, because look, I can shake them around.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And because these are only small models, but they can easily come off. So, and that's what impressed me about this. So I haven't used big magnets. I can move them about, but actually, when it comes to staying on, and that, I can do that. And then, like I said, all I have to do is slide in. Oh, this is slide in my tray, and back they go safely, and I pin them in. I can do that for, you can see at the bottom, I've got even bigger models in here. Oh, there you go. There you go. It's nice and firm and safe, so I can pull them out. You can see here I am, like that. Ooh. But you can see that only it's just because they're bigger, but they're not.
I mean, you're holding that at 90 degrees vertical, so.
And you know, and so if you imagine me walking, moving, all that sort of stuff, they are not going to go anywhere. Yeah. So what you've got here is you've got a high quality case, I think.
Massively.
Full metal frame.
Full metal frame.
So I mean, hit it with something and it's still not going to, your models are still not going to break.
Yeah, and you can see that I can literally just wobble this around, throw this around, and that sort of stuff. Interesting enough as well, what I do is that you can see that being careful not to turn it upside down, but I can put storage in. I've only put some little drones in here for now, but you can get lidded ones, and all I use is I put magnets in the bottom of them, and it holds your trays down, so you can actually get magnetic sort of containers which can hold your bits as well. Yeah. So you can see the difference. And if we go back to the night comparison, so if you think
although that, to be fair, if you most Knights players just hold that one steady, you just take that off, he's going to fit in there.
Yeah, but all I have to do is, if I want to fit my Knight in, all I would do is I'd take this tray. This tray would then move a bit too much because I've got a bigger model there on that tray. So all I'd have to do is then put that tray there.
And then, the Knight can
happily.
The Knight would sit on the tray at the bottom.
Yeah.
And so you can
and
see.
You could probably get 2 easily, maybe even 3 of those on the bottom there.
And that's the thing. And another reason, so I bought this size case is because actually what it can do is that you can see I've got all of these in here, but actually for when I come and play a day or two of games over at Sean's and that sort of stuff, I can actually bring 2 or even 3 armies in this case, so we can be recording and that sort of stuff. Now, this is an expensive beast.
How much did this set you back? I'm
not going to lie.
The truth.
No, I'm not going to lie. So it's £270.
Yeah.
£270. So you can see there's a huge price difference between what we've looked at already and this one.
20, 30, 60 odd, a bit cheaper if you don't want the foam. If you've got foam, 270.
Yeah. So it's a huge price difference, but one which I think that you get what you pay for.
Absolutely.
And like I said, so this was something which I treated myself to because I was just fed up of all my big models breaking. And actually, like I said, if you're constantly repairing hundreds of pounds worth of models.
I was going to say £270 for the case. How much is the models that are sat in it? More than £270.
And the fact is that to know your models are going to be safe when you go to a tournament or when you go to your friend's house, etc., is I think worth the money. But obviously not everyone can afford £270 just on a case because it's an expensive hobby to begin with. But what we want to do is just show you the different cases we have and show you, because to me most of the time I think these sorts of cases are going to be worthwhile and useful and affordable, but like I said, if you're looking for something extra special, and this is
it's your birthday coming up,
and this is the best one, this is the best case, biggest case which the A case do. You can get smaller cases which are similar size in those ones, so like I said, and also as well you can get an awful lot of cheaper versions, different makes, and you can even get like MDF versions where where a lot cheaper, where you make your own magnetized one. I must admit, I'm slowly magnetizing all my models to go in this, because I think that magnetizing is your bases is just the ideal way of keeping them safe compared to all breakages. But but that also costs money and time, which lots of people don't have. So we just thought we'd share some of the cases which we have. We're not sponsored by anybody here, so it's not
happily if you want to.
So we're not sponsored by anybody.
No.
But what we're doing is we're just wanting to show you. It might, if it's useful for you if you're choosing your next storage option, then hopefully we've given you a little bit of help for that.
Spot on. So that has been a little quick case review of the three of the cases, 3 of the ways that we've transported our armies that aren't just the really useful boxes.
Yes, yeah, exactly. So,
Which I use as well.
so thank you for joining us. Don't forget, like, subscribe, comment, do all that malarkey. Let us know if you've got a different case or storage option which you would recommend. Yeah, and we'd be interested in hearing it. So thanks for joining us, and we'll see you soon.
See you later.